I don't know. Right, we're live.
Oh, you're live. Hello.
We're live.
Wow.
We're live on
My
Instagram.
hair looks ridiculous.
Are we live on Facebook? This is what I want to know.
Good afternoon. Scheduled.
Scheduled.
Oh, we're live on Insta.
Go live. Are we here? We're live.
Good afternoon.
Hello, everybody.
How are we?
How are we doing? We're doing a first today.
Again,
and there's already somebody watching. So hello. But we are on Facebook today. We're on Twitter today. We're on Instagram Live today. And for the first time ever, we are live on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Thank you for joining us today. How is everybody?
We're doing like a Joe Wicks whammy.
Oh, yeah. This is what I like to hear. So who have we got so far? We've got Tom. Are you still there? He was
Mr. Wu said he's really, really early.
But that was 40 minutes ago. So I wonder if he's still there. Hello, Wayne. Hello, Collie. Hello, Josh. Hello, Liz. Shamai, Helen.
Shamai.
Liz, hello, you gorgeous lot.
Oh, beautiful word today. Wayne's just had his lunch.
Oh,
excellent.
Nice. Wonder if he had his baps again.
Potentially.
Let us know.
Now.
Hello, Bethan.
Hello, Bethan.
Hello.
Welcome.
How are we all doing?
I washed my hair, everybody. Can you tell?
Oh,
nice baps.
Nice baps. That's what we like to hear.
Excellent. Good afternoon. Amazing people.
Afternoon,
I love it.
Amazing Dion. Are we all good today? How has your morning been? Hello. It is Thursday, the 21st of May.
It is.
It's 1 o'clock, and it's currently.
Oh, banana. Josh told me today it's lovely and hot and warm.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, it doesn't look like it
but
over
we haven't
here.
been outside.
No,
That's the issue.
That is true. Well, I'm looking forward to going outside on our
go
walk. Hello, Mary.
Our daily bit of exercise. Good afternoon, Mary. Hope you're well. John.
Love it.
Late show. We're talking about babs.
Well, that might be coming up after you
thank you, Mary.
Ah.
I wasn't sure. It was looking all very Elizabethan, is it? Would it be Elizabethan?
Yeah, it would have been. You had it tied back, like proper.
I had like my ringlet keels out the front.
Pride and Prejudice style.
And I said, does it look okay, Tom? And he went, that looks all right. I was like, okay, I'll take that as a big fat no.
That's not that. No.
Well,
I think it's
nice.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Oh, what are you drinking? I'm on my tea.
Oh, yeah, Connie's saying it's a gorgeous day. She's been in the garden, which is very wonderful.
How delightful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't even opened the back door yet. I usually do a temperature check.
Oh, Sybil's in. All good here.
Hello, Sybil. Nice to hear that.
Fantastic.
Hello, Fionn on Instagram. Let's give you a wave. I don't know who's watching us on YouTube, but hello. I think you can leave comments as well. I'm new to the whole live YouTube thing, other than watching Joe Wicks every morning.
Oh, there we go.
Is anybody else doing PE with Joe? And have you done it every single day?
We have.
Here we have. Yes, we have.
Absolutely.
So I'm really chuffed with that, and you know I'm feeling quite good for it as well, considering that there's no weights, it's just us.
Yeah.
So yeah, bit of fitness and movement in the morning, and then a walk in the evening.
Second bottle of water already.
Love it.
Feeling like the face of health today.
Yes, you are. You are the epitome. I love it. Liz is doing Joe Wicks as well. Right, we don't need my name up there for the whole thing. There we go. Comments are still coming in. Okay. Ice water with lemon slices. Very nice.
Lovely. Sounds so healthy and refreshing.
It does. Apparently that's really good for you.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, water and lemon.
It is.
And Helen's done a session with her own gym for the last 2 days.
Kettlebell killers.
Kettlebell killers.
Love that.
Amazing. So a bit of a recap yesterday. Well, this whole week we're talking about kindness because it's Mental Health Awareness Week.
It is.
And the theme for this week from the Mental Health Foundation has been kindness. So that's what we've been focusing on. And on Monday we focused on
kind, sharing the love, sharing the care.
Yeah, so on Monday we looked at receiving kindness. On Tuesday we looked at giving kindness. Yesterday we looked at being cruel to be kind. And today,
covering it all.
We are covering it all. Today we'll be looking at kindness to yourself.
Self-kindness, guys. What does that mean to you?
What does it mean?
Please do share.
Please, I'm really interested as to what.
I'm thinking late show. What's everyone else thinking?
We'll have to do a special show.
John's saying hello, cross-platform diehards. I love this.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Liz is doing sessions sessions my gym have sent me to do. Well, that's really good of your gym.
That is really cool.
Just tried to find you on YouTube. I couldn't find you there. Josh is all over the self-care. What does that mean?
What does that mean? Josh, what does self-care mean to you? We'll kick off with you. And whilst you're typing, I'm going to remind people, because I forgot to do it yesterday, but on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, the 27th of May, Josh and Jessie are returning to Cup of Tea.
Woohoo!
So for those of you that missed it, you can go back to last Wednesday where we talked about, I forgot what was the thing? No, shame's what we're talking about. Resilience. Yeah. So last week we talked about resilience with Josh and Jessie. Josh is a social care student, very soon to qualify. Social worker student, very soon to qualify.
Finishes 6 weeks on Monday.
Way!
There you go.
So that's amazing. And Jessie is a qualified counsellor. And it was really engaging conversation, people asking questions of both of them to figure out what resilience meant.
It was very beneficial.
It was. And Jessie, who was super nervous about doing it in the first place, overcame that fear and did it anyway, which I love.
Which showed resilience.
Which showed resilience in the first place. And she wanted to come back on.
Yes.
So they're both coming back on Wednesday, the 27th of May, to talk about shame.
Excellent.
And I'm really excited. And I think that a lot of what we can talk about today is going to be very much linked to shame as well.
You think?
Yeah, because what are the reasons that we don't show ourselves our own kindness? It's usually, or I think it's usually linked to the things that we should or should not do.
I think, is probably what it's more to do with.
I think so. And where does that come from? From our upbringing and our surroundings, which makes us feel that we can't or shouldn't interact with ourselves in a way that is expected from other people.
Okay.
So I'm really excited to get Josh and Jessie back on
is
Wednesday.
Straight in there. Bethan says 7 sleeps. Is that responding to someone? Oh, to a Wednesday.
Oh, is it? Yes, there we go. 7 sleeps.
So Josh is talking reflection, self-awareness. I have found that recognize my own coping ability, especially with the virus, news, etc., and learn when to switch off. I like to listen to my favourite singers, scroll Twitter and Instagram, watch a good TV show or movie, work out, or have a nice, well-deserved drink at the weekend. That sounds like a lovely bit of self-care.
I love that.
I like
really
that,
nice.
Oh, Wayne's talking shame versus embarrassment.
Oh, which we will cover on Wednesday.
Oh, Josh has said, save the shame talk
we
for
will.
Wednesday.
No, definitely. So, HelloTomDyer, being kind to me, finding time to do the things I really love to do, going to the beach, bubble baths, gin and tonic, a good book, and a visit to St. David's Cathedral.
She does love a visit to St. David's Cathedral, everybody.
Organising a family lunch or get-together, which, of course, are all pending for all of us at the moment as well.
Indeed. Oh,
I can't hear you anymore. Can anybody hear us? Are you out there?
Uh-oh.
This would be.
That's not cool.
I don't even know how to reset us because we're on so many different screens at the moment.
I don't know. We just have to shut down.
We will, yeah. Can you all hear us?
Oh, totally. Had a gin last night because let's face it, who really knows what day it is nowadays?
I love that. In fact, I saw a tweet this morning which was.
Winking you. It's Collie's phone.
It says Collie. Treat every day as if you're in the departure lounge of an airport.
Oh.
Hamburger and a pint at 9 a.m. Why not? I love that.
I've seen them at 5 a.m. It's it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Really? So he's renamed his living room the departure lounge.
I like that a lot. Oh, Liz is saying, I do a face mask and a hair mask once a week. Try to get enough sleep. Sleep is so important. Meditate, work out, read, get outside once a day. A glass of wine on the weekend.
Nice.
Sounds pretty fabulous to me.
I like that.
Yeah.
And then Josh's normal self-care would be going on holiday, spending time with family and friends, etc. too. But, you know, with the Rona.
Not the Rona.
The Rona. Oh, Carly's back in the room, folks. She's back in the room. Thank you, Vicky, for letting us know. Dion, for me, it's doing more of what makes me happy and talking to myself as I would to my friend. And I'm glad that Dion said
that.
Because this is the distinction that I wanted to pull out of all the comments we've had so far.
Okay.
So, most of the examples that we've had so far have been about self-care and treating yourself with
physical self-care.
Yes. Whereas, what is the kindness that we're talking to ourselves
with? Be kind to yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
And I posed in the questions that highlighted this episode was, what are your thoughts telling you about yourself?
Oh, okay.
So we're going to dig a little bit deep here.
That sounds really deep, Tom.
It does.
But
It
keep
is.
talking.
No, it's really, really deep because yes, it's all well and good thinking I'm going to go on holiday, I'm going to treat myself that glass of wine at the weekend. But what if I still feel within myself as if I'm not worthy of my own kindness?
That's sad, isn't it?
It's really sad.
And I'm sure there's people out there like that.
I think so too. So it's really important that
I feel enormous guilt sometimes, especially being a mum. Yeah, about self-care usually means, I suppose, on the physical aspect of it, is it's nice to take yourself away or go out with your friends. I've been on hen do's abroad and things like that, and I find that a little bit of self-care. And I've got good old mama, the mothership, steps in and does the granny duties, which is fantastic to allow a little bit of physical self-care, going out with friends and stuff. But you get enormous guilt then.
Yeah. And then how much does that guilt stay with you? How long does it linger for? Does it put you off doing other things?
It definitely doesn't put me off doing it, because I'll have a little bit of guilt, usually when I'm on the plane or something like that, and then I'm like, woo!
Everything is fine.
So yeah, oh, Wayne, making photographs does it for me. I adore photos, I have to say. Oh, Bethan said, newly named Blair's Day. Who knows what the day is?
Oh, I like that.
And John says, I'm working random weekends, only keeping track from my gold star chart. Hell yeah. Who doesn't love a gold star chart?
I love that.
Oh, Vicky's self-care is going walking with my dog.
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, Josh has gone deep, usual.
Oh, here we go.
Internalized conversation. We all do it. And often how we do provide kindness to ourselves. But I often need someone to tell me, other than myself, due to putting too much pressure on myself and trying to be too organized to my own detriment. Very true. And I know Josh a little bit. I've got to know him a lot over the last few months. And I totally agree with that. And I big you up because you're bloody amazing.
Yeah.
And it's nice to be told that. And that helps, I think, with self-care.
Definitely. And
being reminded that you're a good one.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, you're a good one.
Yeah.
And the thing which I'm looking at in your comment there is the trying to be too organized to my own detriment. Who decided that you were too organized and that that's actually a flaw and a fault?
You've been judged.
You've been judged.
At some point in your life, you've been judged.
Yeah, and so you're thinking that, yeah, I'm working really hard, I'm doing this, I'm committed to being organized so I don't stress later on, and all of a sudden that's become a negative.
Yeah.
So even though it's a skill and an attribute that a lot of people really admire in people, particularly employers,
yes,
you've been taught or trained to think that, oh, people are going to think of me differently, therefore I'm different, and different always carries with it a negative connotation, which means that you're implicitly not being kind to yourself anyway through something that is an amazing skill.
Yeah, super skill. It's like job interviews though. What's your strengths and weaknesses? I'm really organised, but to my detriment.
Yeah.
Josh saying a good old hen do abroad for self-care. Yeah.
Yeah, and then just going back up to Liz up here. Not comparing myself and my situation to others is a difficult task that I've had to overcome every day. Difficult with outside influences such as social media, etc. But I'm winning so far. And
I like that.
I like that because comparison is the beginning of where we start thinking.
Should never compare yourself to anybody, which I know is easier said than done.
Very much so. But as soon as you start comparing, you're already putting yourself on a negative trajectory on the bar chart, because we will always find something with other people that we wish we had.
Totally.
And that's only going to put you on a negative slant whilst you pick all these things up, particularly on social media where it is heavily edited.
It's lethal. Yeah. Are those filters? Dion, I like Dion's comment.
I like Dion's.
I think you need to
I'm on
put
it.
that right up there. We have to care for ourselves before we can care for anyone else. I wholeheartedly agree.
I agree with you as well.
How can you possibly care for others when you're not looking after yourself?
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that Wayne's aware of this, but when I've presented an act, I champion people being selfish.
Yes.
You have to be selfish, because if you're not selfish, you do not embody yourself 100%, which means how can you possibly give something to other people? How can you be kind to others when you're not actually looking after your own needs? And you have to look after yourself, because there's another example I know about stress where your bucket is already half full. And if you're not being kind to yourself, you're just filling it up with negative, dirty water.
It's bad times.
So you have to look after yourself to look after others. Being selfish is a good thing. And I will
It
continue
is.
to shout that from the rooftops forever.
But you do have to look after your children as well.
Yeah, but you need to look after yourself first.
I'm messing. Thank Josh. Love you.
There you go. Josh, good point. It's often a compliment to me being very organised, but has had negative feedback and have internally done it too.
Yeah. It's bad times.
It's true. Right.
Oh my goodness. There's so many.
There are. Right. What's Bethan said?
Bethan, I think sometimes it's nice to say to yourself, it doesn't matter if you've been inside all day and you don't want to go for your daily walk. These are unprecedented times. Correct, they are.
Yep.
And you shouldn't feel guilty or lazy if you waste your day. Sometimes giving yourself a day off from trying too hard is better than the next day. It won't feel like a chore, if that makes sense. That makes total sense to me.
I think that makes sense.
And it reminds me of the song from George Ezra, It Don't Matter Now.
Really?
I love that song because it is very like, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Life is fine. It's not the end of the world. So I like that.
Gary Vaynerchuk, who I'm a big fan of,
Yes,
one of his quotes is 99% of things don't matter.
No, when it really comes down to it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, nothing really matters. So live the life how you want to live your life. A lot of people might be judging us for what we're doing right now, but this is the kind of life that I want to lead. So I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, Paul, I can't be kind to myself. It doesn't work. I suppose that's why I found a kind wife. Well, I'm glad you found a kind wife, Paul.
Yeah, but still, Paul, like you
give yourself some love, man.
Yeah, like aw.
He's saying it because he wants sympathy.
Well, no, I think there's a part of him that means it as well. Because it's all well and good.
Bless you, Paul.
Like, I could rock up at Paul's when we're allowed and offer a bit of a lager shandy, which is the tipple of the pod's crew.
Yes.
And that'll cheer him up for a while. But if the undercurrent and the stream isn't that thing of I'm actually worth something.
Yeah, because it comes down to self-esteem, allowing yourself to love yourself.
Yeah. I love you, Paul. And I know that that's like a tiny little margin.
Well, I'm glad he's got a good wife because she obviously, supports and looks after him and is kind to him.
And she really is.
Well, that's amazing then.
Yeah.
Paul, I'm so glad you've got a good wife.
Yeah. Mary, trying not to compare myself and my life to the perfect Instagram life, whether that be body image relationships or even those Instagram people make for their houses now.
I know.
There's loads of them going on. And you look at those houses ones, and it's like, where they got the budget from? They've got a brand spanking new everything. And it's really difficult to think, I live, well, I don't, I have a house, the house at the moment anyway. But there's people in prefabs.
You have a room?
That's their pride and joy. And then they look at these country cottage conversions, and they're like, oh.
I became quite bitter one January, didn't I? Because I couldn't go on a holiday in January. And I had to unfollow the people who were going on holiday in January. I was very bitter.
Yeah, it was like, no more.
And then my good old sister came up to us and she went, we're going on a holiday. Do you want to come with me? And do you know what? We went to the Dominican Republic in the middle of January. And I was loving my life.
What status did you have?
And no, I didn't feel guilty with black status. Black band status, premium.
Yeah.
And I was loving it. There was a good comment.
I wasn't invited.
No, you weren't. Only I was invited because she only had one place. I was the chosen sister because she only has one sister.
I'm a twin.
I don't care.
Okay.
I'm the only sister. She has two brothers, one sister.
Fair enough. Josh
says, in the words of RuPaul, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to have someone else? It's true.
It's true. It really is.
Liz, I couldn't agree more. You have to do what's right for you. If you want to have a day of doing nothing, who cares? It's your life, and you say it's a weird time.
It is a weird time. And I suppose when this first happened and we were all going through like a lot of topics of conversations that we had previously were based around grief, because that's what we're experiencing. We're experiencing the loss of our everyday life.
Yeah.
And we're kind of so far down the line. It's why we had our chat on the weekend now, is that we have established this new normal that we're in now. And
can I just say again, I know I've said it once before, it takes 6 weeks for a person to become institutionalized.
So we're all institutionalized.
We're all institutionalized to this life right now. This is our new normal.
This is our new normal.
Little fact there.
And Welsh Government have increased the fines to 1,980 or whatever it is, to keep us institutionalized in this form of being.
Wow.
But the whole thing about that grief and like, yes, we could allow ourselves to be way and a bit lost and like, I don't know who I am or what I'm supposed to be anymore, and that loss of purpose, particularly for those that are still furloughed. But now, as you just said, we've become institutionalized to this period of being.
Yes.
So, yes, have down days and have bad days, but make a note of how regularly they're happening.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea.
Because if you're stuck in that lull and that rut and you find, because the weeks are flying by at the moment, well, they are for us, the weeks are flying by at the moment, and I wouldn't even blink an eye if all of a sudden 3 weeks had gone. And if I hadn't done anything that I was proud of in that time, I would be concerned if I recognized it.
Okay.
Because we still are humans and we are still moving. But the odd one, like 3 days max of feeling blur, like blurs days lasted a couple of days, then that's fine. If it carries on for longer than a week, reach out to someone
who can offer you a bit of support.
Yeah,
even if it's just a friend.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for joining us, Josh.
Oh, is Josh leaving?
Yep.
Oh, he's back to work.
Oh, Bethan wants an amen. Get an amen, woman.
Get an amen.
Amen.
Oh, let's have a look. Point taken.
I think there was another comment up here.
Oh, is there?
You can do what you want. Give yourself permission. Absolutely. Oh, Paul says, thank you, lovely people.
Aww.
That is very nice. Oh, I've had people list off loads of faults and weaknesses in interviews. I'm sitting there thinking, stop. Why are you doing this to yourself?
Yeah.
Good point.
Definitely.
And then no one can think of the good things.
Yeah.
What are your strengths? Oh, I don't know.
Interview tip. If depending on the environment that you're being interviewed in, when you sit down, ask them, why have you invited me to interview here today? And the reason being is that then they're not going to pick out.
It's a bit cocky though.
I've read this in at least 3 different publications.
Okay, that's cool. I'm just thinking.
That's what I mean. Like, if the interview and the dynamic and the thing is there, hello, hope you found it here today. You could just say, just out of interest, what was it that made you shortlist me and want to see me here today? So you can make it very conversational, and you're going to catch them on the back burner, and they are forced to point out your strengths to you from the outset, because they wouldn't see you if you thought they were a weak candidate.
No, this is
true. It puts you in a frame of mind that, I am those things actually. Well,
I'm good. I'm amazing. You should employ me.
Yeah, and I'm pleased for you that you invited me here today, and here's why you should keep me here longer. Let's have a look. You have tons to be. Bethan.
Look at the amazing thing you create. Oh, you have tons to be proud of. Look at this amazing community you've created. So many people are so thankful for this half hour every day, having a massive impact on so many people. Well done, and thank you.
Well, thank you.
That is beautiful, Bethan. And do you know what? We absolutely adore this community. It's so lovely.
Yeah.
And hey, you could argue it's a bit of self-care for everybody. Taking half an hour out of your day for a little bit of chill, wind down, a listen, and 2 semi-new faces to you now.
Yeah.
And it's just really lovely.
Yeah. No, thank you. Like, I'm humbled that you would spend any time with us on your lunch break. And it's
we've got a Tallulah in the room, everybody.
Oh,
hello.
Say hello. Well, she doesn't, it's confusing because she's up on this screen, but not on these two. It's like, where am I?
Say hi.
There is quite a lengthy lag there, isn't there?
What do you like to do, Tallulah? Being kind to yourself. What do you like to do? Hey? No idea.
No idea. No. What about swimming and makeup and Disney?
Arts and crafts.
Arts and crafts.
Oh, Liz says, hi, Lula.
Oh, we've got the hellos coming in.
Oh, Connie says, hi, Lula.
All the Lula loves coming in.
Helen makes a good point. Be kind to yourself by reaching out. That's a very good point. Wayne says, I've been talking about new normal for the past 5 years. It irks me a bit that the government have stolen my quote for COVID. Absolutely. Oh, Bethan says, painting Tom's nails?
Oh, that's true. Was that a bit of self-care for you?
You enjoyed doing it, didn't you? Getting creative.
They've started chipping now, but even Tallulah was surprised with how long they've lasted. And she's like, how many layers did I put on? There's a few layers on there. And in fact, I found these things. So I forgot what page it was from. Supported Wellbeing, I think it's called, where she posted a picture about 15 practical ways to support your child's mental health. But it doesn't have to be just for your child. It could be for anyone.
Yeah, totally.
Oh,
Oh,
Cheetos.
gone for the Cheetos.
Perfect for mental health.
Excellent.
And
Okay.
what I like about this list that I haven't read fully, I'll be honest. But it's got 15 different ways on how you can talk to your child if you have a child, or yourself, because we're all children inside, really. About how to look after yourself. And the first one, we talked about it yesterday, was things that we're grateful for.
Yes.
And as much as we can be grateful for things in the outside world, we could be grateful about how we handled individual circumstances.
Yeah, totally.
And it's that individual aspects of how we do things that make us think that, yeah, actually, I'm an okay person.
And it's talking to yourself. Someone mentioned earlier about talking to yourself and putting a little bit of belief in yourself. Because that helps then with self-care, doesn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I know that there's some people are really like mantras, and they really like I am world leading and I am a positive being and things like that.
Yes.
But what can happen with mantras, like I like mantras, I like that thing of, yeah, I am those things, and it's good to be reminded. But if you're not feeling that way and you're saying it, you just kind of look and go, yeah, whatever.
No, you've got to really believe it.
You really
or
do.
Learn to believe it. I think.
Yeah. And you need to visualize exactly what it is that you're aiming for and think, yes, this is what I can do. And know that not everyone is going to like you. And know that not...
That's really important.
Yeah. Know that not everyone is going to support you. There's 1.2 billion people on Facebook, and the book I'm reading from a couple of years ago, and they don't all like what we're doing.
No, of course not.
But that's fine. It doesn't matter.
What about shaking the feeling of guilt for not handling a situation the best way you can? Oh, I struggle with that, Liz. So, oh God, it's the should-haves.
Yeah, it's the should-haves. The thing to remember is that if it's the best way you can, whose best way is that? And if it's something that's...
In your own mind, I guess.
Yeah, but if it's already something that's been and gone, it's an is. It's already happened.
You can't change it.
You can't change it. So the way that you handled it in that time is the best way you could have handled it. Because if there was another way, you would have done it another way.
Yeah, totally.
And once you've made that decision, or once that
But it's important to reflect as well.
Otherwise
you can't learn and grow.
I know, but this is the point I'm getting to, is that in the moment of feeling guilty for not being able to change something that's already happened, don't kick yourself up about what's already happened. Build yourself up as to what you're going to do when the situation maybe happens again. Yeah. So the situation that you're in, that you're feeling guilty about, you can't change. No. So really think about, yes, that's happened. That's how I reacted. I liked those bits. I didn't like that bit about myself. So what I'm going to do next time is I'm going to focus on ABC. What I'm not going to do is keep worrying about this shame and this guilt.
You can reflect. I think it's important to reflect.
Yeah.
What could I have done better?
Yeah.
What will I take from this and learn to grow so I don't end up in a really awkward situation or a negative situation, and move on from that. Just be at peace with it then.
Definitely.
And Wayne says, swap should have for next time. And that's all part of developing and growing. And Dion makes a very good point. We have to be our own biggest fan and understand that we need to make ourselves happy. Exactly. And that goes back to Tom's sort of selfish. Selfish is such a negative term, and it shouldn't be used negatively. It's okay to be selfish sometimes.
I completely agree. Yeah. Completely agree. We're already up to 28 minutes.
Wow. My God, I feel like we've only just started.
I know. I feel like we're just getting into the nitty-gritty now.
Oh, Bethan, I'm with you there, girl. Like when you've had an argument and you wish you'd said something, I'm like, I know, I should have said that. I killed them.
I'm a sucker at that. We were talking yesterday about receiving information and coming back to it and then coming back afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for that. So in a situation where things are all heightened, I go back and think, oh, I should have said that.
Yeah.
Wish I said that.
I do. I know I do.
So yeah, you collect all these things up. But Liz saying thanks there. I hope that was helpful. Because it happens to all of us.
God, yeah. It's natural. We're human.
Reacting in a way that we didn't want to react is something that's natural.
And I think with a bit of self-care, self-love, no one is perfect.
No.
You know, everyone has their foibles and their oops, but it's okay.
Yeah.
We're all human.
No one actually knows anything.
Exactly. We're just bumbling along in this thing called life.
Yeah. So no, I completely agree.
Oh, Helen's saying it's a short life, but a long one if you're unhappy. So try and make the best of what you have, I suppose.
Yeah. And so that was in response to Dion, I assume.
Yes, it was,
Dion's name at the back there.
Yeah.
And that short life but long if you're unhappy, we've had people celebrating their divorces on this channel as well.
Yeah.
And if you're unhappy, to the extent that you're getting a divorce, every day must feel like a slog.
Oh God,
and it must be so kind of draining.
I've been
to be
in some
going through
crappy
that.
relationships, and it is a sense of such freedom when you break free.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Can you expand on that freedom? What kind of characteristics do you lose, and what do you gain once you start?
Well, you
thinking
become
that you're
withdrawn, and you keep your mouth shut, and you just sort of go along with the day. But when you break free into the world or into a new home or something like that, just that feeling of contentment. And you're just like, I did that and I feel really good, and no, I don't have much or any of that kind of stuff, like worldly goods, but inside you just feel so content and happy.
And when you're in that content place, you can start being kinder to yourself. It's like, well, first of all, you've overcome something that you didn't want to overcome. I'm glad that Bethan's put that as well. Cue breaking free from High School Musical.
Oh my God.
Yes, we're breaking free.
I don't know that song. Mr. Wu made it 29 minutes later.
I told him he was going to be late.
My God,
and look at what time he turns up.
I know.
Can you believe it? Anyway,
Liz,
it's nice to see you, Wu.
Hello, Wu. Liz, it's very freeing. Doing things yourself is really important. It totally is.
It really is. And I suppose going back to that marriage thing, people can take on a single identity.
Yes.
So they start forgetting what it is that made them them. And you can't be kind to yourself when you know that you're deliberately not doing something else to keep that peace.
Appeasing somebody.
Yeah, so,
and having children is another one.
Yes.
You can lose your identity, and therefore self-care goes out the window. Because you're like, who am I? I'm just a mother. I'm a mothering robot. And that isn't a cool place to be either. And it's important even as a mum or other people you're responsible for, including partners and things like that. It's important to have that time out for yourself.
Very much so. And it's so important to carve some time and to have some individual identity, because as the divorces have proven, you're not going to stay, well, hopefully you will, because we've had some wonderful success stories of people decades together.
Yes, we have.
But should the worst happen, you've still got that bubble of identity, which means you can be kind to yourself, so that if things don't work out, at least you've still got you underneath it all.
And think about who you are. Well, what are you about?
Yeah.
So I'm coming back to your values. What are your values? Who are you? Write them down.
Yeah.
And open up that door for a bit of self-care and self-love, and hopefully you'll feel a lot better for it.
And if you don't know who you are, I launched this yesterday, but
you're questioning yourself, maybe.
Oh, there you go. Oh, so that's gone on Twitter and on Facebook.
Hey.
So finding out who you are, understanding your values can really help you identify who you are. And I've developed a little workbook. I think it's 5 questions to help you figure out what it is that makes you tick. What is it about your identity that's important, and things that you want to nurture and keep safe. And your values aren't static. They're not in numerical order. They just exist, and they
change.
Yeah, and they guide who we are going forward. So if that's something that you're interested in doing, you can sign up and get that delivered to you.
Very good.
And on that note,
yes,
I think that we're at 33 minutes.
Yeah.
We will.
Oh, thanks.
Bye, Wayne.
See you soon.
We won't see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
No, we won't.
Because it's Friday already.
How did that happen?
So Friday tomorrow, we've got a list of songs so far that are kind of linked to kindness.
Yeah.
If you can think of any more, please put them in the comments.
As it is Mental Health Week.
Yeah, it's Mental Health Awareness Week. So Friday is going to be a singing celebration to being kind and being loving.
Yes.
Helen's just reminded Bethan. It was Bethan to come up with it. Oh, that was for next week.
Yeah,
wasn't
for
it?
next week. Bethan is coming up with a theme for next Friday.
Next Friday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's Friday is
Tomorrow
come as you are.
Come as you are. Whether you want to dress up like you're going out, or you want to be a character, the choice is yours.
Yeah, be kind to yourself. Don't judge yourself. I'm in oversized shorts at the minute. And
Liz is just saying she's also done your values workbook, and she says it's worth doing. So please go and check it out.
Well, thank you very much.
Yes.
There you go. It being the values workbook.
Yeah, so
So-
that's very good.
Yeah, download it.
In out, yeah, we're going in out.
In out.
If you're going in.
in with a bit of a sing
And a
song.
bit of self-care. Who doesn't love getting dressed up?
Yeah.
Well, I know I do. Not everyone might, but if you fancy it.
I
They
mean,
are, Beth and I may show up in my slumber party PJs. They are, everybody, a slumber party.
love it.
Sounds fantastic.
We'll see you tomorrow. In the meantime, we'll keep.
Be kind. Wear your kind clothes.
Yes.
My kind. Yes, kind clothes.
Kind
What are your
clothes.
kind clothes for you?
I like that.
Oh, they are. Pajama party tomorrow, everybody.
Sorted.
Brilliant.
Right, guys, we're going to leave you to the rest of your
Pajama
day.
party.
Pajama party.
Pajama. Thank you, Bethan. You can also think of next week as well.
Yes, yeah. There you go. PJ party tomorrow for a bit of self-love, a bit of kindness. And thank you so much for this week and talking about kindness.
It's been so good. So many angles of kindness.
Yeah, I'm
Who
really,
knew?
yeah, I'm really proud of how it's come across and how you guys have engaged with it as well.
It's been amazing engagement. So thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday or your Blursday. And we will see you tomorrow for Friday or Friday.
Woo!
And
It's Friday.
Friday. And 7:15. We will see you there.
Cool. Goodbye.
Bye, guys. There's so
See
many
you tomorrow
things to press.
evening.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Sending care love. Sending
End
the care.
stream over there. End broadcast over here. Bye.
Bye.
I don't know what's ending and what isn't.
I don't know. Oh, yeah.
Bye.